join. I am just going to start reading or reading the testimony. When I watch a video on YouTube or anywhere, any platform, I like for the video to just start right away. So that's what we're gonna do. I will be reading Diddy's drug mule, who is also his personal assistant, Brendan Paul. I'm gonna be reading his testimony. Today, we have been waiting for today. He already got immunity from the prosecution days ago. I want to say it was Monday, possibly even last week, where he came up to the stand, was granted and accepted immunity, and then went off the stand, and we haven't heard from him all this time. Finally, Friday, we had the juror who got dismissed, juror number 6. Then we also had the juror who had vertigo on Tuesday, so they didn't have court Wednesday or Thursday for Juneteenth. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna read on the 27th day of Diddy Combs' trial. We're gonna read Brendan Paul's testimony. Alrighty, so he sits down, blah, blah, blah. The government calls Brendan Paul. Do you recognize this person? They show him a photo. Sean Combs. I worked for him until I was arrested at a Florida airport for possession of cocaine in my personal assistant bag. Why was it there? I was sweeping Mr. Combs' room. How did you come to work for Mr. Combs? Through Revolt, Ellie Maroon. He told me, get in to get out. If you have a girlfriend, break up with her. You'll never see her. Did you interview? Late October 2022 at 200 South Mapleton Drive. Oh, that's his LA mansion. Prosecutor, how were you greeted there? My ID was scanned and I had to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Sorry, I think I keep shaking this thing. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Oh, of course, my phone wants to die now. Okay, I had to sign an NDA. Frankie Santella and Christina Coram was there. KK. Did they hire you? Yes. I would pack a lot of joints in the garage. Marijuana. It's like he was hired specifically to be a drug mule. Interesting. When did you meet Mr. Combs? KK came to the garage and told me to come to a listening party in the backyard and take notes. What was KK's role? Chief of staff, helped out with the family. Did KK use Mr. Combs' phone? Yes. How many assistants did Mr. Combs have? At first 5, then 4, then 2. Given my college basketball background, I helped with Mr. Combs' workouts. Who is this? Showing a photo. Jonathan Perez. And this? Butler Frank Rodriguez. What did Mr. Combs' butler do? Stand next to Puff, give him water, chapstick, whatever he needed. Did you have group chats with KK? Yes. Turn to the binder and flip through it. Who is this? Fahim. We called him Fa, F-A-H. What was your salary? Started at $75,000 a year, then $100,000. I got paid bi-weekly by Combs Enterprises. Where did you live? In an Airbnb in LA and Miami. Where did KK stay? In LA, in an apartment 4 minutes from 200 South Mapleton. In Miami, in Two-Star Island. So 200 South Mapleton is his LA mansion. Two-Star Island, he owns One-Star Island and he owns Two-Star Island. It is the neighbor. I can't read your guys' comments because it throws me off from where I got to read over here. So thank you. Aloha to everybody who's joined. Did you accompany Mr. Combs to paid club appearances? Yes. He would ask for $150,000 and they'd have to sell things for him. What did you do to stay awake? Prescription Adderall and sometimes cocaine. What was your job? To make sure Mr. Combs was always happy. He'd say, I don't take no for an answer. He told us to move like a SEAL Team 6. Did Mr. Combs fire you? Yes, for forgetting his Lululemon fanny pack when he went on a walk. He said, I don't want to see your face anymore. Tell KK you're fired. What did you do? I bought a Lululemon fanny pack, get it in, laid low. Did you ever complain to HR? No, that wasn't a thing. Why not? HR even forgot how to pull my federal taxes my first 8 months. You just go to Mr. Combs. Did Mr. Combs use drugs? Yes. Ecstasy, cocaine, more. What's in this photo? My hand with ecstasy and 2C pink cocaine. Why did you take the photo? To ask the staff what to do with it after I found it. I was told to put it in his bag. Did you buy marijuana for him? Yes. For whom? Philip Pines. Puff liked sunset sherbet. Who were the other drug dealers Mr. Combs used? One Stop, Guido, Baby Girl, and I think it's called OEI. Who's this? Showing a photo. Guido. Funny smile on face in photo. Is this your chat with Baby Girl? What is happening? Jonathan Perez is introducing me to Baby Girl. She asked me, is it for you or for Puff? I replied, Puff, but tell anyone it's for me. Why? Puff is high profile, so we used aliases. Did Mr. Combs use Cialis? Yes, we'd put it in his nightstand. Your message to Love Red Phone, what does it mean? I called Puff Love. His red phone was personal. The business phone was yellow. So they're basically showing him the phone and he's telling him what the phone is. What did he text you? Zans. How did you pay for drugs? Cash from the Gucci bag or security, usually Fahim. In this text, what is flowers? Marijuana. Did you also call it tree? Yes. Here Fahim tells me I'll get back paid once Duke comes on shift. Did Mr. Combs have you take drugs? Yes, to test his 2C. Did you want to take it? I wanted to prove my loyalty. What were Wild King nights? Mr. Combs and significant others, drugs, sex. Did Jane participate in Wild King nights? Yes. Did Mr. Combs' other girlfriends participate in Wild King nights? Not that I'm aware of. Who called them Wild King nights? I just say KK. KK called it Wild King nights. I just say he's going to hotels. Did Mr. Combs stop using hotels and move them to residences? Yes, after the Cassie lawsuit. Oh, after 2023, he moved his freakoffs to residences, either his house or Jane Doe's house. What did you do? Clean up after. What does this say? Handing him a piece of evidence. That Jane's coming in, Brendan is setting up, Wild King night is probable. Thank you. Where did you make the reservation? Nobu. Where was this Wild King night? Jane's residence. I wrote, running to Walmart for them. KK asks, Wild King mode active or Gucci bag active? What did you say? Between the two. How did you know what to buy for Mr. Combs as Wild King nights? We had a shared document in the Notes app. Oh shit. They all knew about it. They had a Notes app that was shared between all the assistants and KK that said what Diddy needed for his freak-offs. Wow. Who was responsible for the Astroglide? The property manager. I didn't think the 200 South Mapleton manager was good. So, photo. Oh, he must have took a picture. I took the photo to show the manager how to lay out the Astroglide in her bathroom. How'd you put it in for the cash? Robin at TriStar. Once again, we're getting TriStar. That's the bigger companies. Did Mr. Combs contact you from Wild King Nights? Yes, by voice notes or FaceTime. He called me to go get a sex outfit, but he never called me back. How did you clean up after? I wore gloves. Why? For sanitary reasons. Is this a photo of the day of your arrest? Yes. March 25th, 2024. Rented jet. Oh, remember when they first raided Diddy's property and there was that white guy that was standing by the jet plane? That was him, Brendan Paul. This is him. And he's literally was hired to be the drug mule to prep the hotel nights, freak off nights, and to get Diddy drugs and to clean up afterwards. Wow. The cocaine you were arrested with, was it Mr. Combs? Brian Steele, objection. Judge sustained. Was it yours? No. Was it Mr. Combs? Steele, objection. Judge overruled. Brendan, it was Mr. Combs. What did you do after arrest? A diversion program, drug treatment. No further questions. So the prosecution just asked those questions. Wow, you would think there'd be more questions. All right, judge, cross examination, Brian Steele. Oh, they're using their big guns to question him. Brian Steele, you walked up to play basketball at Syracuse for an iconic coach? Yes. You played UNC, but COVID ended it? Yes. You weren't just a drug mule, were you? Objection overruled. I was not just that. It was a minor part of what you did, right? Absolutely. Personal use? Judge, rephrase. Steele. The hotel nights were personal? Objection, rephrase. It was Mr. Combs and Jane's relaxation, personal, right? From your observation. Yes. Did you see Jane as hesitant? I did not. Steele, if you saw non consensual activity, you would not have worked there, right? Objection sustained. You would not have worked for a criminal, would you? No. You care about your reputation. Yes. You were arrested for 27 grams. That's a lot, you guys. You were arrested for 27 grams, barely personal use. It was a mistake, right? Yes. And the case was dismissed? Yes. Did drugs make Sean more focused? He got extremely creative. As you sit here today, are you indebted to Sean Combs? Good experiences for the most part. No further questions. Sidebar, before we redirect, judge, yes. Sidebar, and now they're back. Now the prosecution is cross-examining him. Did you know what was happening in the Wild King Nights? Objection, rephrase. Were you there? No. What did you think the $5,000 were for? Objection, sustained. Did you give Mr. Combs $5,000 cash in another context? No. You said you wouldn't work for a criminal, but you bought drugs for Mr. Combs. Yeah, more than 5 times, less than 10. How do you feel about Mr. Combs? It's complicated. No further questions. Brian Steele? No recross. Judge, thank you. You may go, Mr. Paul. So that ends. You know, that's very interesting. I would have expected his testimony to be a little bit more explosive, but I mean, he does straight up admit right there that he was had to buy drugs for Diddy. That was a part of his drug. He had to clean up Diddy nights, and that KK Christina Coram was 100% a co-conspirator and knew exactly everything that was going on. So in those ways, Brendan Paul confirms that. I would have expected a little bit more. They went on to Wait, hold on. What the hell is going on? Okay, you guys. Okay. So Brendan Paul is done. Okay. His testimony is done. He's gone. Okay. We're gonna continue reading the testimony from today because there's more that was testifying besides Brendan Paul. Judge, government may call its next witness. Prosecution. First, some exhibits. They begin to read texts between Diddy and Christina Coram. On the text is on April 25th, 2023. Combs, Diddy, I can't take it no more. Album not done. KK, you can have release after the studio. We control our energy. Oh my God, get out of here with that bullshit. Whatever, get me Frank. Play the audio message by Mr. Combs. Combs' voice. Have Jonathan do it. To which the prosecutor says, Miss Coram replies, John will go to the hotel. They request a break. Okay, what is this? Then they would show a text message on the screen that involves Veronica Bangs, and then it's taken down. We don't know who that is, or I don't know who that is. Next, the prosecution is reading what appears to be a text or something. They're reading. Ms. Ventura says, you bashed my head in. Combs says, you're crazy. Stop talking. Flipping on me for what? We're taking a break? Ventura. Oh, Cassie says, you bashed my head in. He says, you're crazy. Stop talking. Flipping on me for what? We're taking a break? I don't want to be beaten down for standing up or ever. I try to figure out how to get this nut out. I can't believe it just said that. So now we know exactly what he was thinking about. Prosecution still reading, no witnesses on the stand. They're reading a text between Cassie and Diddy. Cassie, all I wanted was to have a good time, and you took all your anger out on me as per usual. You dragged me down the hall by my hair. This is not play fighting anymore. I was serious about Rita coming over. Boris had to tackle you, Puff. That's not love. That's possession. I have bleeding cuts. I'm not going to let someone talk shit. I'm not going to let someone shit on me when all I've done is be nice. You don't treat me like the king. You was acting like a bitch. Talk to your people and they'll tell you, or they won't, since all they do is suck you. I asked to have my record come out after 1,000,000 years. Then Diddy's lawyer says, I would like to read other portions of those exhibits. May I confer? Of course. So then they take another break. Then the jury's gone. And then Combs' lawyer, Garrigo, says, we want to read in the next page. Miss Ventura is saying, I love our freakoffs when we both want them. Judge, they are in evidence, but for some reason, we're just reading these to the jury. There's no objection by the defense. Silly. Judge, I think it's fair for the defense to read the 4 messages. Prosecution, I didn't intend to be misleading. So if your court is saying these 4 should be read, I should be the one to read them. Judge, fine, we'll break. They take a break. They begin to read more. This is a text from Cassie to Combs. You want to party and have a good time. I have to focus if I'm ever going to become anything. You treat me like a hooker for 10 years. I love our FOs when we both want it. Prosecution. The government calls Joseph Cerchiello of Homeland Security Investigations, 18 years. How many records have you reviewed for the charts in this trial? So if you guys don't know, they have all these summary charts that list all these different, I believe it's all these different timelines, all these different text messages to kind of paint the picture of Diddy and everything he's done. Okay. And so with that, they had Homeland Security and all these different special agents, FBI agents help to create these summary charts. All right. So right here, it says, how many records have you reviewed for the charts in this trial? Thousands. What is the only female name in this chart? Jane. Turn off the public screen. All the text exhibits must be provided by Monday, June 23rd, no time given, will be on alert and published. Okay. What's the name of the hotel? One Hotel, South Beach, Philippines, May 22nd, 2020, 22nd to the 23rd, 2021. $3,050.90 for one night. And this flight, Jane by JetBlue from New York to Miami. Play the Instagram videos with the public screens off so the public can't see it, but the jury can. Does the meta date match up? Yes. What's the name? Jessica Ruiz, Mr. Combs' travel agent. What was the charges for losses and damages? $6,000. Who flew on this one? Jane and Cabral. Jane from LA to Miami to LA, and Cabral, Atlanta. While the prosecution and Serchiello go back and forth about exhibits that are not being shown to the public, here's one Jane message that the prosecutors just belatedly made available. And it's a message from Jane that says, "You want to get a party going before you spend the weekend with a boring chick?" I don't know. Prosecution, what is this? Serchiello, hotel damage report at London Hotel, room 229. The report says, bodily fluids spread on the floor, pictures attached as evidence. The name column, Jane, Combs, Reggie, Paul, and Cabral. And these, between Paul Arthur and Combs, then Jane, so she's handing him something. Arthur Fitness LLC, an ATM cash deposit of $900 and then $600. And this, more hotel damages. Fahim's cell phone was seized. Oh, Fahim's cell phone was seized? Yes. Garagos, Your Honor, take that one down. The public couldn't see it anyway. Can we please have a sidebar? Judge, take it down. Yes. Sidebar. During the sidebar, there's another Jane message the prosecutors belatedly made available today. Oh, it's a text message from Jane. It says, "I'm crying. I'm so triggered by this, but it's too close to some nights I felt. Because it's too close to some nights I felt forced. Please stop drugging and using women for your fetish nights. It creates demons inside of us and real trauma to women who are only doing it to please you. Let that pain on other women stop with me. Leave women alone who don't want to do those nights with you. Hire prostitutes and stop emotionally harming women that love you." Still during the sidebar, there's another Jane message that prosecutors belatedly make available, citing Gina and Young Miami. So I don't know. Oh, it's from Jane again. "You want to have me suck some DICK so you can jet off to an island with Gina or Young Miami and have me do the dirty ish in hotel room after hotel room." They're back. Prosecutor, did Jonathan Perez send this to Fahim? Yes. And this is about Anton. Is it sorted by date? Please sort it, Ms. Becker. As they near the end of the day, prosecutors belatedly made available exhibits, including this from Combs. It looks like it was Jane to Combs, and it says, "I'm not even horny no more." Okay. Now they're moving on to another exhibit. Prosecution, who sends this message? Chirkiello? KK. What does Jonathan write to Fahim? He says, "I don't know if you're holding $10,000, Fa," said, "trying to get some more now." And this, June 20th, 2024, or a year ago today. So she's passing exhibits. Prosecution, Your Honor, I think this is a good stopping place since we're ending early today. Judge, jurors, you may leave. Don't read anything. All rise. Let's see. Judge, how many more on direct, Miss Comey? To midday on Monday. I hope Miss Garagos can finish cross by the end of Monday. Judge, then Rule 29, Mr. Agnafilo will be on the shorter side. We'll tell the government over the weekend. If the government rests at the end of Monday, I think we will rest Tuesday or Wednesday. Judge, I'll send the proposed charge today. You send edits Tuesday evening. We could do the charge conference on Wednesday and closings on Thursday. Judge, You could use a courtroom. Oh, never mind. I think that's going on to another one. Okay, so that is all for today. So as they just stated, it looks like the prosecution is going to rest their case, which means they no longer have any more witnesses that they're going to bring on the stand as of late Monday. Okay. Which means that by Tuesday, Diddy's defense team is going to go ahead and bring up their own witnesses. This is when he gets to kind of fight back and say his side of the story. But what's really interesting is, as you heard me just read, they said it's only going to be what? We'll rest Tuesday or Wednesday. So if they're going to start on Monday, but they're already saying they're going to be done by Tuesday or Wednesday, that tells us, one, Diddy is not going to be testifying, which is smart in my opinion. And two, it says that they don't have any witnesses. They don't have anything that they need the jury to know, which makes me wonder if oh, I don't know how sorry, I just read that comment about looking like 50 Cent's baby mom. I don't know how I feel about that. Only because I know he has a type, and that's kind of an eerie thought to think. As far as Diddy, he likes these certain type of looking women. Anyways, it's scary because it's scary because it can go two ways. It can mean that the reason why Diddy's defense team doesn't have a lot to testify or witnesses is because they already feel like they got it in the bag, so they're not even worried. Or two, they literally don't have anything at all. They literally don't have a damn thing. So Monday is going to be the end of testimony. Okay. Tuesday is when Diddy's team is going to go, and they're going to be done by Tuesday or Wednesday already and done. Okay. So this is my thoughts. Now that we have heard all of the testimony from the Diddy trial, this is my personal thoughts. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed because I feel that the prosecutor could have had better witnesses and better evidence. The fact that Christina Coram was mentioned countless of times on the stand through this whole trial, the fact that she was mentioned means that she was obviously a part of Diddy's enterprise. And this is supposed to be a RICO case, right? So you have a RICO case, but you only have one man on trial. That doesn't make sense. So to me, it makes me think one or two things. It really makes me think one thing. They're setting something up against Christina Coram because they literally threw her name all over this trial for the last 5-6 weeks. They've been throwing her name all around. And so it's obvious that she was a co-conspirator. And the fact that she has not been brought to testify is really suspicious. Personally, I think they're actually going to create another federal trial where they are going to include Christina Coram. It's going to be against Diddy again. I believe they have proven RICO. And the way they've been able to prove RICO is by all of the assistants who has given their testimony about how they were paid to buy drugs, to supply drugs, to prepare rooms, to prepare freakoffs, to clean up after freakoffs, to kidnap Capricorn Clark. There's been enough to, in my opinion, to charge him with RICO. What they recently did this week as well is they submitted all the receipts. Diddy was an idiot. Whenever he was flying in these male escorts and Jane for freak-offs, he was using the Bad Boy Entertainment credit cards. The American Express. Silly, stupid. That was so stupid on his part because there was this whole paper trail. There's also this whole paper trail of hotels that they would rent, a whole paper trail of all this damage that was done to these hotels. So I think that they have proven there's 2 charges on sex trafficking there, and I believe it was 2 charges on coercion and 1 charge on RICO. I believe they've proven RICO, to be honest. I think they proved that one. That being said, I've read worst civil lawsuits, such as Ashley Parham's lawsuit is worse than everything. Everything we really heard on the stand mainly was women who were girlfriends of Diddy who willingly participated until they didn't want to participate anymore, right? And so I think that's completely different than, say, Ashley Parham. In her lawsuit, she was randomly picked and gang ard by Diddy and a bunch of other people, about 6 other people. All right. And then, you have these other civil lawsuits of people who were SA'd. And then here you just have a bunch of freakos. I feel like the government's case was really weak. I do feel that they proved the charges, but I think that their case was really weak. And I don't think it was necessarily a slam dunk. I think there's a lot more victims out there. And I think that there's a lot more charges that could be brought up against him. And I really hope that something's going to come about with Christina Coram. Okay. I really, really hope, because she was named all over the place. She is 100% a co-conspirator. Christina Coram, no doubt about it. So you can't name somebody a whole freaking trial and not do shit about it, right? So either they're going to grant her immunity to create a new federal trial, which I feel like they have a lot of stuff on her. If they were smart, they'd actually try to lock her up, because she is like the Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Once again, I cover all this Diddy stuff because Maui Police Chief John Pelletier was named in the Diddy lawsuit, with Ashley Parham accusing Diddy of gang-ring her. And so it's cases like that that I read, or lawsuits like that that I read, that are so different from these freak-offs. Because, I mean, you have Jane Doe on the stand talking about how much she loves Diddy and she's so in love. And it just didn't have the same effect as, say, Ashley Parham being gang art, somebody who was random and didn't even know him, and he just came in there and violently harmed her. Anyways, mahalo to the Lahui for tuning in. I appreciate you for watching. Hit subscribe, follow my channel. I cover a lot of Maui topics. I covered the whole Diddy trial because the Maui Police Chief John Pelletier was named in a dirty Diddy lawsuit, and the Maui Police Commission did absolutely nothing. They unanimously chose not to open up a independent investigation into checking the validity of the Ashley Parham lawsuit. They have done nothing to provide public trust or public transparency to the Lahui, to the people who live here in Hawaii. And they constantly shield and pad and protect John Pelletier. And so my channel is all about exposing corruption and providing facts and truths. So mahalo for stopping by. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. The dog the bounty hunter was out there. Yeah, Oprah was out there. Mahalo for watching, Abraham. I appreciate you guys. Mahalo for tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Aloha Friday. I shall see you guys hopefully next week again. Aloha lahui.